video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple little Breyer halter. That's one of the ones that I have, so you can see it fits quite nice. So what you're going to need is pony, of course. I'm using Oliver. You're going to need 2 halter squares, 3 jump rings, and a buckle. You can also replace the halter squares with jump rings and the buckle with 2 jump rings. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. You're going to need a piece of wire, which is also optional. You just need another jump ring, pair of pliers for the wire, some scissors, hot glue gun, hot glue sticks, and your ribbon of choice. You can have as many colors as you like, as long as they'll still fit. I'm just doing 2 because I quite like those colors. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is put your ribbon through your halter square. Leave a little tab to when it goes on. It's going to look like that. You fold it over and glue it. Okay, so once you got that right there, you're going to grab a pony. You're going to place it right about there. And lower it down a bit, but generally to where the top of that ribbon is, to right about the cheekbone. And then you can measure it over to the other side and pinch it and fold it. And then once you have it folded, cut off the extra, leaving about a centimeter of space or so, maybe about 3/4 of an inch. And slide your other halter square on, making sure that the top pieces are both going the same way, so they're both going back or toward you. And it may also help if you have a decent source of light. I kind of forgot that I had these. Okay, so now that you have that done, put another piece of ribbon through there, making sure that all the tabs are on the same side. You see it's all going to be glued down to the same side. Pinch it and glue it over. Okay, so now that you have that all glued down, you're going to put it on your Breyer, measure that around. It helps if you have 2 hands. And measure out to the bottom of there where it needs to go. And I like to make sure it's just a tad bit slack. And once you have that folded and cut, don't glue it down yet. Now we're gonna need our wire, our pliers, and one of our jump rings. So you're gonna take your pliers, take your wire and bend it just like that. So you can see it's about 45 degrees, I guess. At about 45 degrees. And then bend it again, right at the top, to where it's going to be about double the length of that little piece, and fold right about there first. Like right above it, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain. Just make a shape like that. And then fold your last corner, make a triangle, and then cut it right where they overlap, to where they'll line up with each other once you cut it. Okay, so now we have a triangle shape. You may need to kind of flatten it a little bit with another pair of pliers, like some ones with a slightly wider nose, compared to these round ones where it's really hard to flatten things. Then you're going to take this jump ring, and you gotta make sure that it has a little slit in it right there to where you can separate it, or you're going to have to separate your little triangle piece, just like that. And then you're going to put this piece on there, so then they're going to be hooked on like that. And once you close it, you should have a shape, something like that. For now, they're both stuck to each other. And then you're going to slide this onto that. You're going to slide the jump ring part onto that. Okay, and then once it's been glued down like that, all your tabs should be on the outside. And you should have your ring and your triangle on the bottom. Then you slide it on. It should fit just like that. Go to the other side. Yep. Fits beautifully. Then next we're going to work on the cheek pieces. So now your ribbon should be going through that last little rectangle area. You should have a slight curve at the front. If you're using a jump ring, it doesn't matter what side you put it on. But again, making sure all your tabs will go out, put it through, fold it over, and glue it. Okay, so once that's glued on, you're going to put it back on and fold it to where your jump ring needs to go, I like to do this so I can get an idea of where the throat latch is going to go, and just envision where the top buckle will go. So it needs to be folded right about there. And then once you have it folded, put your jump ring on, and again, all tabs should be facing to the outside. Okay, and then after you glue your jump ring on, go and do the same thing for the other side. Although I find that to get them even, you just line up your halter squares and fold it over at the same spot. You can get perfectly identical pieces. So yeah, that's a great way to get your scratch to be the same size, because the Breyer's head is not the same on both sides. Then you can go ahead and check on it. See, it's looking quite nice. And then once you have your throat latch attached, go ahead and put another piece of ribbon on that triangle, making sure that you cover up the little seam thing that was there. So like if it was there, I would twist it around. For now, where we cut it, it's underneath the ribbon, and it keeps it stronger and nicer looking. Then slip it back onto your pony and measure that to there. And I like to kind of pull the throat latch a little bit and make it kind of tight. Just makes it look a little cleaner and nicer. And once you're done with that, go ahead and put it over, fold it, and glue just the end. You don't want any glue on this, to where this piece is going to be able to slide freely across there. So put it on just the end to where it makes a little loop. Okay, so now you can see that it slides. And again, we are making sure that all our tabs are on the outside. Okay, so from that point, you're going to go ahead and flip your halter the other way, so all the tabs are on the inside. You're going to glue a piece of ribbon to the off side, which is the horse's right side. So it'll be on that side. Very important. And then go ahead and pull the strap over the head. And I like to cut it right about at the edge of the cheek, right about at the bottom of the head. And then I also will cut it kind of pointed a little bit, kind of like rounded at the end. Just gives it a nicer look. You can make it completely pointy, you can keep it square, you can point it to one side or the other, doesn't really matter. And then you can either put glue on the end, or you can use it with fire from like a lighter or something to keep the edges from fraying. You can kind of rub your finger over it. If it starts to fray again, it may need a little more heat or a little more glue. And then we'll go ahead and glue on the last piece, this side, pull it up to where it fits, and measure about where you want the buckle. Which is going to be generally somewhere about there. And then once you get it cut and folded, make sure that you thread your buckle on with the middle piece going through the ribbon. So then it'll look like that from the outside. Once you fold it, it'll look like that. Okay, and then after you finish your buckle, you have your nice finished halter. Or if you don't have a buckle, you can do the jump ring method, which is just 2 jump rings. Here's it off the horse. So these jump rings, 2 of them glued on together, just like the normal jump rings, except there's 2 of them. And that will go on that side, it'll go on the off side, all the way up until where the buckle would go. Right about there, maybe a little lower. And then your other side goes through the buckle. It'll go through your jump ring. Which goes, let's see if I can describe it like this. Through both of them, over the top one and down through the bottom. So, let's see if I can do this with one hand. There we go. Through both of them. Separate a little bit. And it goes down through the bottom one. Just like that. Then you have secured halter. And if you'd like to make your own buckles, I have a tutorial that I made a while ago, so it's going to be older down in my videos. but there is a tutorial for them. You can probably find some other ones. But you'll make a buckle like that. I know I have one here somewhere. I just don't know where it went. Yeah, that's your finished halter. Should end up looking somewhat similar to that. And if my tutorial was a little hard to follow, I'd recommend that you go watch the Infinity Breyer's halter tutorial. It's gonna go in depth better on how to do this stuff. But I add the little triangle instead of a jump ring. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed making yourself some nice fancy halters. Plenty of halters. Why are you not focusing? There, okay. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial, making the halter, having fun, making as many as you want in as many colors for as many different horses as you can. I mean, you can make dozens of them. You could sell them. You could do anything in the world with them. But I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.